If you've ever got into exercise, you'll know how good it can make you feel afterwards, sometimes even during. There are reasons gyms get filled up and people get addicted to exercise, but what is actually going on? Why do you get a high from exercise? And why is exercise touted as such a great tool for depression and the brain in general? Well, join me as we go deep into the geek today and get into what's actually going on. This is pretty science heavy, looking at the actual mechanisms, so I hope you enjoy. It is well known the benefits of exercise physically. You get stronger, fitter, leaner, but this is a focus on the brain. One of the main pathways exercise has an effect on is that of tryptophan, an essential amino acid that once in the brain can be converted to serotonin, one of the hormones that makes us feel good. Exercise can help to improve this tryptophan availability in the brain. This increase in serotonin is combined with other neurotransmitters, dopamine, endorphins and noradrenaline, that make us feel good and give us that great feeling. The other benefit of exercise increasing serotonin from tryptophan is that it stops tryptophan converting into kynurenine, which is common under inflammation and stress. The issue with kynurenine is that it can convert into quinolinic acid, which is neurotoxic. Definitely not good for the brain. And increased levels of this is commonly associated with depression. The double whammy effect of exercise is that if tryptophan has already been converted into kynurenine, skeletal muscle in response to exercise promotes conversion of it into kynurenic acid, which is neuroprotective, stopping that conversion to quinolinic acid and improving the ratio between the two. Exercise can also produce endocannabinoids. Classic known cannabinoids are THC and CBD found in cannabis, but the brain can create its own, called anandamide. This has been touted the bliss molecule. It binds to those cannabinoid receptors and stimulates a sense of happiness and mental well-being. But these receptors aren't just in the brain, they're all over the body. It also plays a role in appetite, sleep, and pain relief. Some scientists believe that a clinical endocannabinoid deficiency may be the root of many conditions such as depression, migraines, fibromyalgia, and IBS, among several others. This molecule is so good it may even inhibit the production of cancer cells and offer protection against stress-related psychiatric diseases, including major depression, generalized anxiety, and PTSD. The amount can be affected by genes and can also be found in foods. Any guesses on one of the most common? Chocolate, like why it's just so popular. The runner's high is usually attributed to an increase in endorphins, but it may actually be anandamide, which is more likely the brain chemical responsible. So, getting exercising has immediate, long-lasting protective benefits for your brain and can last the rest of your life if kept up consistently. So it not only makes you feel good and look good, but longer term it protects you from things like dementia and Alzheimer's. Exercise increases the expression of BDNF, which is brain-derived neurotropic factor, also associated with the alleviation of anxiety and depression. It can also increase neural connections and is associated with cognitive improvement. Over a longer period, exercise can increase the size of your hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, which is important because these are the two areas most susceptible to neurodegenerative diseases and normal cognitive decline in aging. So with increased exercise over your lifetime, you won't cure dementia or Alzheimer's, but you'll be creating the biggest and strongest hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, so it takes longer for these diseases to actually have an effect. A lot of the time when first starting out on an exercise routine, you likely won't get the good feeling. It will normally feel awful, as you wonder why so many people get into it. However, stick at it and those good feelings will soon come, and you'll experience all the benefits physically and mentally, getting the brain working at its best. There are definite trends to depression and anxiety increasing together with obesity as movement and exercise has decreased, as everything becomes easier. Most people could easily get through their whole day with minimal movement. We now have to artificially push exercise and activity into our daily lives. But it's worth it because you get so many of the benefits with minimal side effects. If you got the benefits of exercise in pill form with no side effects, it would be hailed a miracle. So what's the least amount of activity required then? You don't have to be an athlete or anything like that. What you do want is 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week as a minimum. And you need to be getting your heart rate up and working. So this will look different for different people depending on fitness level. And what's more of a perfect time to start than now?